Hey guys, what's up? My name is Elizabeth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to be doing a day in my life. So my parents are gone today and a little half of tomorrow, but I'm only videotaping today. So I thought today would be a great day to do a day in my life video. So the first thing I do when I get up at 5:30 is, well, I use the restroom of course, but then I also get my pre-workout meal, and then which consists of oatmeal with some peanut butter powder. And then while I'm eating that, I try to pray a little bit, and then I try to get into the scripture a little bit early in the morning. And then I also drink a little bit, so I have some water in my system. And then after that, I go change my clothes to go work out. So with that being said, let's jump right in and get started. It is currently 7:06 in the morning. It's still a little dark outside, but you can see that it's blue. And so now I'm going to go do my part 2. I just finished running, and now I'm going to do some legs and ab workouts. So I usually do cardio in the morning, strength training later on. I know some people say do it the other way around, but usually it just has to do with goals. And my goal is mainly running, but I also do strength training as well. So yeah, I'm prepping for a 5K, so yeah. Okay, y'all, so I use MyFitnessPal to track everything, so this is what we're going to be doing today. I usually do most of it. Sometimes I run out of time, and then I usually like listening to music. Okay, usually while I'm working out, I enjoy listening to podcasts. Right here, I'm going to listen to Allie, Beth, Stuckey. This isn't the most recent video, but she also has some recent videos all about 9/11 and what's going on with politics and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, she's talks about theology, politics, and culture. I would say I agree with probably 75 to 90% of the things she says. I'm still new on the politics side, but yeah, I like listening to her. Sometimes I listen to New Testament Greek, just to help me out with Greek, because I'm taking that as a class this year. So yeah, that's kind of how I get started in my morning. If I really don't feel like listening to something going on or anything like that, I listen to music. And if I really don't want to listen to anything, I just work out in silence. Sometimes that's just completely nice too. So yeah, let's go and do part 2 of my workout. So I just fed the dog. You can see her over there, unsure about what I'm doing, but she's still kind of eating. She was looking at me earlier. So yeah, now at this time I usually have my drink here, which is pretty much banana with flax milk with peanut butter, and then I also have my vitamin pills here. And then I usually log in, and I usually try to do a class that's pretty easy that I can do along with eating breakfast and stuff like that. So not too much note taking, not too much reading, so I can just watch and eat my breakfast. So yeah, and you try to do it with the other hand. I'm not as good as it with the other hand, so that kind of needs practice. You can see I'm a lot slower. I usually like to do discipleship of women now, which is through the TBC, Texas Baptist College. It's the one course I'm taking from there. The rest I'm taking from Baptist College of Florida. I usually like to have my windows open just because it helps me feel a little better. Just like more in a better mood, I guess. And I also like to listen to ambient music not usually while I'm studying, but usually while I'm writing or editing anything. So right now I'm looking at my discipleship of women's paper. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, y'all, so it's currently lunchtime now, and today I'm having some potato, tuna, and some carrots. I'm going to try to give you guys a good look of that. And so it's about 11:45. I usually have a lunch about 11:30, but again, camera, everything takes a little bit longer, And so yeah, so that's what we're having today, or at least I'm having. Let's try it. It's excellent, y'all. Oftentimes get up to get some apple as well. So as you can see, I have my apple in there. And so yeah, I kind of forgot to tell you I also have an apple for lunch. I always have an apple for lunch. Almost always, except if I'm somewhere else. or I switch lunch or dinner around, but practically I have an apple every single day. Yep, as they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is where I will do some more studying. Each day my study sessions are different depending on what I have to do, depending on if my professors have actually released the materials or not, which can sometimes become an actual problem. So yeah, I remember one professor did not release until like the last, I guess, 3 days. Like the whole half of the week was already gone. So yeah. So right now I'm going to be working on Isaiah, but as I said, each study session is different. One of my classes, I usually walk while I do the classes, usually reading. I think it helps me to stay awake a little bit more. Also helps me to not sit in a chair all the time. So I have one stand-up desk and one portable fold-up desk. And just listen to something while I eat my popcorn, which is like my midday snack. It's probably upper midday snack. And then I go for a while without dinner. Until dinner, not without dinner, but until dinner. So I have some popcorn here, and I also have some Cheerios as well. My favorite snack when I was a little kid. So I usually do at least 3 study periods. Oftentimes I only do 3. On Monday I do 4, and in place of that, on the other days where I don't do my 4th study period, I usually do writing. At about 14:45, which is 2:45, I usually go out and do some bow staff, but it's completely raining. I actually thought I would have some time today before it rained because the schedule said it wasn't going to rain, but it did, but whatever. And also I had to make up some work already because I was a little bit behind in being late for lunch for videotaping today. So yeah, we'll go film that a little bit later so you guys can know that. Usually around that time I will go do some bow staff and get some vitamin D from going out in the sun. So now we're going to kind of just skip that. We'll go back to that and we'll just go straight to the next thing that is usually on my schedule. And that's usually what I do. If I miss something, I won't go and try to prolong it. I will just skip it and then hopefully try to find out way in the afternoon how to fill that in. And yeah, I'm going to just get started, play some guitar, y'all, and do some piano and yeah, do stuff like that. Let's do it. Okay, y'all, so from being behind schedule, I cooked my meal very quickly. It's something very simple. I didn't feel like trying that hard today. So today we have some, just some beef here. It's hamburger, but not your prize cheeseburger, cheese hamburger. It's just beef and some peas, a lot of peas, a lot of green, and I have onions, some butter, and I also have some garlic on it as well. So yeah, and then maybe I'll go have some chips a little bit later. So I'm going to probably just sit mainly in quietness because my day has been like, one thing after the other thing, and listening to a lot of stuff and reading a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's just nice to not listen to anything except for your eating. So that's what I'm going to do now. Worship, or I will do some Bible verses. Oftentimes if I have to go somewhere, because I usually have to go somewhere at this time, on certain days I would actually do Bible verses in a car, or at least quote unquote attempt to do Bible verses in a car. Oftentimes that actually doesn't exactly succeed. So yeah. So this is what my schedule looks like. As I said, my schedule is an outline. It's a guide. I've learned now to not follow it so strictly. So I'll show you guys this. So wake up, quiet time, physical training. You guys can pause the video if you guys actually want to look at this. Okay, and now I'm going to show you what it really looks like. This is what it really looks like, okay? So you can see the morning quite consistent here. And then as you go later down in the afternoon, it's like a bomb has exploded here. But that's okay. I've learned that if I have gotten the things I needed to do by the end of the week, then I have succeeded. And that's great. And that's okay, right? For all of those who are doing classes online and you guys just don't know how to get it all done, that's my highly suggested. Get a guideline. Get an outline of if you could have a perfect day, how would it actually go, okay? And then have some
time later on for you to have free time or makeup time and some breaks. Trust me, my first mistake when I was younger is I did not plan for bathroom breaks, which drove me insane, and I learned to plan bathroom breaks and breaks and stuff like that. And so that's one thing I should highly suggest to do. Use it as a backbone. Use it as a guide. That way when something comes up, you can just move it over. It's kind of like having a rubric. Well, not a rubric. It's kind of like putting rocks in. You have already mentally planned how to put all those rocks in. So now someone has given you those rocks and maybe a few little extra rocks, but you know how to plant it so firmly in that you know how to fit the little extra rocks that you need to in. And so that's how scheduling goes, and that's how I think about it. If you can get all your rocks in, then you have succeeded. Even if you can't, you gotta figure out what is the most important rocks. And if you have gotten the most important rocks, which is for me is spiritual discipline. I'm still working on getting that as my most important rock. Sometimes I don't always. Sometimes I think other things are more important, but I'm trying to get my spiritual discipline rocks in, and then I get my schoolwork rocks in, and then I get some of my other rocks in that affects other people, get my chores in, and then I have my free time, right? And so that's kind of how I set that up. So just a little tidbit advice there. Oh, I'm currently on a walk with Gidget at the moment, and I just really wanted to take the mic out to see how it worked. I already did one test try and it worked quite fine. I wanted to see how it worked because I always thought about doing maybe like a spoken word outside. I want to test how it worked with the mic, with the wind and the cars going by, past. I had to do a double take of this video because I walked by someone's license plate, and just to be respectful of them, I don't want to share their license plate, and I wouldn't really want my license plate shown either. I try to be very secure about that, about my location and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I'm going to take her for a walk. We're going to finish up this walk, then I'm going to get a snack, and then we'll try to do some more work. Usually at this time, I'm doing chores or makeup stuff. So that's pretty much what this afternoon's going to be made of.
Okay, y'all, so it's like 7:20, so usually around this time, about 7. Usually I do this earlier, but again, everything's a little different today. Mainly because YouTube been doing that all day. And so now we're going to finally get to doing some schoolwork. Again, this is kind of just a wrap up for the entire day. What was kind of left over just gets bunched in the 15 minutes I have for the rest of the day. Something easy, something I can do. So I'm working right now on character and competency in integration paper for my ministry paper, leadership to ministry or something like that. And so, yeah. I know that my mic is not really on. It's not on. It's not hooked in at all. But it's almost bedtime and I didn't feel like pulling it out. It's probably on the table somewhere out there. So I'm just going to get ready for bed, y'all. So I get ready about 8 o'clock. It's about 8:10 now because I wanted to search some books to read today. So we have Beverly Lewis, and we also have Thomas Nast. Apparently he's the first he started making political cartoons, so I was like interested in that. And then we have Into the Flames, which has to do with the Holocaust. So 3 different types of books. Not sure which one I'm going to read. I am just finishing the book of Stepping Stones, so I thought that I should go search for that so I don't have to do that tomorrow night. So yeah, so now I'm going to just get ready for bed. Hey guys, it's 8:20 now. I'm just taking the dog out, going out the door, put some cream on myself, do some journal and stretching. Yeah. So it is currently like 9 o'clock. I usually go to the, do stuff one last time. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe, put that bell button to get notification. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. That's my day, and it's a wrap. God bless you, and see you next time. I think I said that already. As you can see, I'm tired, so yeah.